is a new black podcast. I'm your host, Ace Boogie, joined by my co-host Zim Hude. Zim, say what's up.
Hello, world. We have something very, very special for you tonight. Brought to you live, just like we told you. AJ Dream. I've been waiting my whole life to say that. How you doing?
I'm good, man. Appreciate y'all for having me.
Yes, sir.
So first of all, we got to shout out my man Chris for making this happen. 5-star barber. Appreciate you. Zim, go ahead, bro.
No, I was going to say that too. Like Chris, put this thing together. It's been a long time coming, but very, very happy to have you on here. I want to go. I don't want to dwell on the game at all. We're going to get right into this, but I did want to ask you this. There was a play in the game this past week, and I thought it was really, really crazy. You caught it. It was on the potential game-winning drive, right? It was a pass that came probably around the 40-yard line, about a minute, 12 seconds left. You caught it. You got 1 foot in, right?
Yeah.
You remember, like, when I watched the replay on that, like, the ball was so perfect on that throw from Burrow, right? Did it almost catch you off guard? Or were you expecting that catch?
Or
that throw.
No, yeah. I saw him broke the pocket, and then I was like, dang, I just gotta get outside, and he just floated it up there, and I was like, dang, I turned and I tried to like get my feet in, but I'm like, shit, that was a great ball. But if I could have got my head around a little quicker, I think I could have got both of them in.
For sure.
Definitely. So you and Carlos Dunlap, y'all have been rivals since middle school.
Right.
In basketball, football, y'all grew up 20 minutes from each other. Y'all also talked about possibly one day playing with each other in the NFL, and it happened.
Right.
So at one point, he had to guard you in the game because Byron Maxwell got hurt. And I saw him kind of teasing you about it. He said that you won the game, but to ask you who won the battle. And you said, we need the whole story. So what's the whole story, bro?
The whole story is Carlos never beat me in any kind of sports in high school. We never lost to them ever. And he did guard me one time, but they had like 3 people on me that game. Carlos like jamming me. They had a linebacker, and then they had the safety over the top. So I was getting triple coverage. But Carlos was a big a freak of an athlete, so he could do anything.
Facts.
That's dope. Let me ask you, like, when I see that sometimes I read comments where players on the team, everything like that, comment and stuff. Do you ever find yourself like being the GOAT? Do you ever even look at comments? Like, I think the average fan looks at you like, like you're not doing stuff that we're doing. But do you even read the comments like that?
Thing, like I'm just a regular guy, like just like everybody else. It's a crazy thing about people, understand. Like I'm the most down to earth, humble guy ever. You can come up, talk to me, no matter what. But yeah, I read the comments all the time. I think my wife was always telling me that I'm the most like lurking guy on Instagram. Like I don't post, but I'm always lurking on there. So yeah, I'm always on there looking at comments.
Definitely.
Do you think it fuels you or something? Because in my mind, I'm like, why? Don't do that. Don't. Like, what do you need?
Like half the time, I'm just bored. We're just killing time in between meetings. But it don't bother me. It's just like everybody they're entitled to their own opinion. So.
Facts. So one thing me, you, and Zem have in common is our love for sneakers.
Yeah.
Your sneaker collection is crazy, bro. You got Oregon 5s, the real one with the duck on the back. You got PEs, Red Octobers, Mosh Customs. Where did that love of sneakers come from? And what are your top 5 grills?
The crazy thing for me, I started since I was young, like real young, like since I was like elementary schools. I remember my mom bought me some Reeboks when I was like 8 years old for a field trip. I wouldn't put them on. If I didn't have the swoosh on them, I was not putting them on. And then when I got to middle school, my mom used to drive me to the mall like every weekend. Every Air Force Ones that came out, I was standing in line to get a pair. And then in high school, I was like the first young guy with a license, so I had my car at a young age. So I used to rent my car out to the older guys for money to buy sneakers for the weekend. And then my dad, he ran a club back in South Carolina. So I used to be home opening up for the beer people. Right. So I used to sneak some beer in my book bag and sell them, them to the younger kids. They in the country, they have bonfires, and you illegal age, you can't really go buy liquor or drinks like that. So I used to sell it to the upperclassmen, mark up the price, and that's how I used to buy my shoes.
Straight hustler.
All right, but look, me and Ace, right? Me and Ace was talking about this like one day, right? So like I graduated I used to work at Foot Locker and all that stuff like that too, right? And I'm a big shoe collector, got heavy Jordans and everything like that. Do you consider like nowadays, flash forward to now, like I wear like a Miri, I wear like, you know, Louboutins, I wear like different stuff like that. Do you feel like that's a part of sneaker culture, or do you feel like that's just a separate thing?
Anybody,
that's just
I feel
thing.
like sneaker community is way different. Like people, like I don't appreciate all that. I don't like all that Louis, Gucci's. I don't really wear that stuff. Right. I'm a real sneakerhead, like not Air Forces, Air Max 1s, and I'm like a real sneakerhead. Like that's all I wear. Like you probably would never see me wear any kind of designer on. I have on like designer clothes, but sneakers is always like Nike. So, but like my top 5 right now got to be probably like my Dior 1 lows, my Travis Scott lows. What else? Man, I'm big on the Dunks. What's my SBs? The What the F Dunks probably. I have those. Okay. Those probably my top 3. I got those. I got a couple more, but my Travis Scott low. I bought like 4 pair of those. I just love those Travis Scott lows. So
yeah, them Travis Scott's killing the game right now.
And I just got the pair of the Dior lows that I'm in love with. Like all the lows right now. Like the Jordan lows are my favorite summer shoe right now.
Zim, you on mute?
Yeah, I don't know. Everybody kept on saying my voice sound crazy.
Yeah, it was like you was screwed up. It's like I don't know what was going on.
But like I think this was our opportunity for us to like talk to you like about a little bit like non-football. I think like this was talking about like people probably be like pissed, like they're not just talking about football. Right. But I'm gonna ask you this. So walk us through like what is a day like AJ Green? Like just walk me through like even today.
Yeah,
like,
okay.
Off your day, like what do you go through like for a normal day?
So I'm just like the rundown. So Mondays we go in and watch the film. You know, I usually could take the boys to school on Monday or Tuesdays. So I got 2 little boys, and then I usually go with my wife. We take the boys to school and then come back, take a little nap. And then, you know, Wednesdays when I start back to, you know, practice, and we in hella meetings nonstop. So that's usually Wednesdays really like the short day, going for practice meetings, get back home, you know, relax, get your body worked on. And then Thursdays like the heavy day. So we there to about 6:30. That's the long day. Come back home just enough just to see the boys before they go to bed. Watch a little basketball, watch TV with my wife. And then Friday, it's like the short day. I usually my wife and I go pick the boys up. That's Tuesday, Fridays usually. I take the boys on Tuesdays, and then on Fridays I get to go pick them up because we're done like 12, and then 7 I get my body worked on, and then we'll be in the bed by like 9:30, 10 o'clock. So
you said that you watch a lot of basketball, which I'm familiar with. I'm a huge Kobe fan myself and a Lakers fan. Yeah. You didn't get into sports earlier in your life, but you said that Kobe was your favorite player.
Yeah.
I still haven't gotten over the loss of Kobe and Gigi and the other victims. What did you enjoy most about Kobe as a fan, and how did his impact, like the loss of him, impact you?
I think I just watching Kobe from afar, because I never met him. I never got to see him play. Just watching him, how he approached the game, you know, his mentality, his grind on and off the court to be great. And he held himself accountable, and he held everybody around him accountable. And I think that's the biggest thing that I took from him, is the way he worked on his craft and got better each year. It don't matter what the adversity was, he's still going to push through and try to be great.
Facts.
I feel like a lot of moments with Kobe or whatever, like I hate the fact that I didn't take the time to appreciate a lot of those moments, but a lot of those moments like dealt with like, you know, just the crowd reaction of different moments. Mm-hmm. And the reason I bring that up is now that we're playing in this environment, or now that you're playing in this environment, right? Do you feel like even your first game this past Sunday, do you feel like no crowd noise, like real noise or real crowd participation, like is that a factor in your game, or do you think that like kind of had anything to do with anybody else's game on Sunday?
I think everyone is different. For me, I'm always self-motivated. I'm always self-driven. I can be in the gym by myself. I'm still gonna give you the same AJ. And I think I can't say it for everybody else. I'm just speaking for, my personal experience and how.
But were guys complaining? Like, did anybody come to you and be like, man, it don't feel the same?
No. I think guys were just happy to be able to play because everything was so uncertain coming into 2020. I think a lot of guys were just happy to get back and happy to have a season going. I think that's the whole mindset. We're just happy to play football. We're just happy to do our job and be able to go out there and provide some kind of, upbringing for what's going on in this world. You give somebody, some people stuff to look at. So a lot of guys, we're just happy to be back in between those lines, man. Once you get between them lines, everything else is, just football.
Facts. So you used the hoop and you won a state championship.
Yeah.
And you said that you were watching the basketball before you went to bed. Did you enjoy or are you currently enjoying the NBA and the bubble? And who do you have winning the ship this year?
Yeah, I'm a big Kobe, KD. KD's my second biggest. I'm a big fan of KD, but you have to love LeBron and what he does on and off the court. But I don't know, man. I want the Clippers to win because I love Kawhi and I love Paul George. But I love LeBron to win. But the Celtics, I'm watching them and they special.
What's the score? What's the score in that game right now?
It's 94-85 Celtics.
Okay, I apologize for doing this right in the middle of it. And look, before you went on there, we was just talking about Celtics versus Heat and who we wanted to get in the final. And somebody made the comment, and I forget who it was, but somebody said, "Man, he's a lot like Kawhi." And I was telling Ace though, but I was like, it's different though for me because from I guess from a football standpoint, me just on the outside looking in, you got a lot more a little bit more finesse to your game. I feel like when I watch Kawhi, it's more like I'm watching some dominant robot. I feel like you still got the wiggle, the yards at the catch. Kawhi is so systematic with the way that he plays that it just makes me feel like it's not as fun to watch. I mean, that's the only reason why I want LeBron to go to finals. I don't know.
Yeah. But I love Kawhi because I think Kawhi is a guy that really worked on his game and got better each year. And he really, honed in on his craft. And you can see he might look like a robot, but that guy, he get buckets.
Yeah, he get buckets and he plays on both sides of the ball at a high level. So that's definitely hard. Right. You said before that Chad was your favorite Bengal. He's definitely me and Zim's favorite Bengal. But I remember when you were drafted, I told everyone, I was like, you could be AJ is going to be just as good, possibly even better than Chad. And right now you're about 3 touchdowns away from his passing touchdown record and 8 away from the club record. What does that mean to you?
Oh, that's big, man. It's just, it's humbling. Just coming in, I was a guy from South Carolina, went to the University of Georgia, just wanted to play football. And then to put up the numbers I have in these last couple of years is, just humbling. These last year and a half that I, been off for football, man, this is crazy because everything started so well. But there's no easy road to greatness. And that's our approach every injury I get in. But to have those numbers, even though I'm missing half of the season and a half, still to be, getting pretty close to those numbers, unbelievable. But, Chad, he laid the brick for me to, I'm just trying to carry on that legacy of great receivers in this organization. So
definitely carrying it extremely well. For sure.
For sure. When this is the one thing that I talk to a lot of people about too, is being as successful as you are in this climate. I can imagine people pulling you in so many different directions, but yet you have these goals that you're trying to go and get and go take. Do you find yourself in a hard position trying to be the voice for Black successful men and balancing it with being a player as well, especially in the climate that we're at right now? Do you find that's really tough for you right now? Or
I think for me it's my foundation, my parents, my mom, my dad, and coming from a good foundation, there's no added pressure on me because this is who I am. So I don't have to be somebody I'm not. So for me, it's pretty simple. A lot of people see me as, AJ Green, oh God, he lived this lavish life, but I'm the most simple guy ever. My wife and I, she keeps me very humble. But having these 2 boys, I got 2 boys, Gunner and Easy. So, I'm just trying to be the best father and husband to them. But again, like I said, it comes from my foundation. It comes from my mom, my dad working 35 plus years, married for 36 years. So I was taught that. You know, a lot of people, they don't have that upbringing to where they see a man in the house, to where they know how to be a father and they know how to be a husband. So I seen that growing up. So I knew what I wanted to be in life. And that's a great husband and great father and a great man and a great football player. So I knew how to be those things because I seen it growing up. So that's what I'm trying to instill into my boys as they grow up, because, you know, they're going to have access to pretty much anything, but teaching them, you know, the value of money, the value of manners, being a better man, being a better, you know, person in society, just little things like that. I tell a story every time when I remember when I first signed my big deal and I called my dad. He was outside cutting grass, mowing the lawn. And I'm like, Dad, I just signed a deal. He's like, all right, cool. Call your mama and call your mama at work. And like, he didn't really even care about anything. So that sums up, you know, who I am as a person, who my parents are. We're just simple, you know, just try to be great people. So.
Man, shout out to the moms and dads out there. I think my mom and my dad might be in here too, so shout out to them too. Like I don't know if I'll be AJ Green, but I'm damn sure trying. You talked about your little boys. Me and Ace got little boys too,
nice. Okay,
about the same age, and I'm gonna tell you, virtual learning right now is not the way, bro. Like,
oh yeah, it was tough,
bro. This is
tough.
not fun.
Yeah. It's very tough.
So obviously you're a family guy like me and Zim. As an NFL star, how do you balance like the demands of being a professional athlete and family obligations?
I just try to keep, my time. You know, I have a great wife, so she handles everything during the season. She picks the boys up, bathe them. She does everything. And I think, we have a great communication, great relationship. But, any free time, I try to help out. Get the boys from school, give them a bath, little thing like that. But in off season, it's strictly I'm giving the boys bath. She get to relax, she get to sleep in. I think it's just we have a great relationship. How she know during the season that I'm gonna be gone a lot, and she understands that. But whenever I have free time, I try to do the most, try to help her out around the house and little things like that.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Right,
sure.
right, of course.
Yes. I wanted to ask you too, like as it pertains to football, or just I really want people to understand like who you are, like outside of just the helmet, right?
Yeah.
What is give me something like that you do that nobody else would think you do, or maybe it's like a pregame ritual or something like that. Is there I noticed like on Sunday you had on orange cleats. Is there is there a thing that you have like you got to eat before the game? Is there anything that we don't know?
Not, bro. It's crazy because I'm like the simplest person ever. Like people don't understand that. Like I'm the simplest person. I don't ask for nothing. All I want to do is play ball. That's it. That's all I want to do. That's all that really matters. I don't care, but all the other stuff that goes into getting hype. I'm motivated from day one because I want to be the best. So I don't need to do all the other stuff.
All right. What about the music though? What do you listen to before?
I don't even listen to music.
I told you he was going to say that. I told you he was going to say that.
Bro, your wife be turned though, AJ. Your wife be turned with the music.
That's what I was just talking to my wife. Like, you don't even listen to music. Like, she loves music. Like, she is everything. She knows everything about music. And she's like, man, AJ, you don't even listen to anything. I'm like, no, I don't. I don't even listen to music.
Like nothing comes on, and you be like, damn, like. It's just all
so when you bump into rappers
that's crazy
in Atlanta, is it like awkward? Is it like I haven't really listened to your stuff?
Nah,
bro?
the crazy thing, I listen to music. I do listen to music, but not before a game. But like I'm a big Future Drake fan, being in the A, like everybody lives in the A. So you see a lot of people, like I went to Future concerts and Baby concerts and all that stuff like that. But we see all these people. But it's my wife. Any new music that comes out, she on it, and I'm right behind her.
Hey, bro,
he literally told me.
I said, Ace, I bet you his wife giving him his playlist. He probably play Pandora or something like that. He don't even. Bro, man, that's crazy.
Smart man. The women be knowing. My wife.
Nah. Hold on. I gotta give you a playlist or something. Like I think I could give you like something that's just gonna be like, God damn, I didn't know that this existed, and I'm about to go for another 100 yards this week. Like let me just try one playlist.
It's crazy because my trainer in Atlanta, his name is Reza, and he got the most stupid playlist. ever. Like he got the best playlist I heard in a while, bro. Like working out with him, he always got the best playlist. So shout out to Rez.
All right, yeah, we got to get that Rez playlist. One last one before you get out, because I know we want to be respectful of your time. I need your top 5 receivers of all time, bro. It doesn't matter the order, but I need those.
Ooh, that's gonna be hard. Okay, I'm a Randy Moss fan, so Randy 1.
Moss, yep, okay.
Jerry 2.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, 3. Ooh, man, it's gonna be tough. T.O. 3.
Yep. Okay.
4. Oh man. Golly, boy, it's tough. Ooh, I don't.
Calvin Johnson,
Megatron, or Larry. I don't know.
Larry.
I gotta put Calvin, and then I go. Oh man, Calvin. I put Calvin at 4, and then I gotta put Larry at 5.
Yeah, that's a good 5. That's a good 5.
Tough. That's a tough 5, man. Chad's in there, bro.
Chad is in there. Yeah, Chad
is definitely
that footwork
supposed to be a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely, for sure.
Well, like A said, we were trying to respect your time as much as possible. I do want to say this. I think we should do this more than once. I think we should do we gotta check. We gotta do we gotta work towards something like on a weekly basis or something. Yeah. Because I think we need to work on playlists. We got some points. But one thing, listen, one thing I want to say though is this: from the fan base, we really, really appreciate you. And I think one of the things that I do on my end is I'm always trying to tell people to be way more optimistic than what they currently are. And I feel like the energy that they send out, like sometimes might hit the locker room or whatever, like whether it's a game-winning drive or something like that. And I'm not saying that Zach Taylor was wrong for this or anything like that. And I'm not second-guessing him or anything. But at the end of that game, I just want to see situations where we're like doing stuff that maybe aren't as normal as what like 7 seconds left. I honestly felt in my heart of hearts, like I normally wouldn't say that any other time. I really felt like y'all could go win that game right there at that point. Yeah. And I'm not trying to second guess them, and I don't want you to, but I want that energy, to go take some wins, like because y'all got it. Y'all got it.
It was tough. And it was a chip shot, so it was tough for us. But I feel like, we gonna learn. That game shouldn't have been close for one. We should have been
at all.
Rams. So we cleaned some stuff up. We will be ready on Thursday.
I was about to say we on to the next one though. we on Thursday. Hey, is this weird?
I see it. I saw that hitting the light. I'm like, man, what's that? Hitting the light over there.
Yeah. Do you see what number it is though?
Yeah, I seen it. I saw it like a while ago.
Okay.
Right. See, he lurking.
Yeah, see, I'm always lurking.
Okay. All right. I just always my wife was like, yeah, I don't think you should ever wear that around him. I was like, I don't think he's gonna be tripping like that, but like,
no, you cool. That's dope.
But man, thank you very much for every second that you just gave us. We appreciate you the most. Everybody that was in the comments, I'm so sorry I didn't get enough time to get to all of your questions. But AJ just said that we might be able to do this again. Yeah, for sure. So hopefully we can get to some of those other questions because my dude, we just ran through like 100 DMs of people like saying, ask him this, ask him that.
Yeah.
So now they're gonna be pissed at me. So
right. We definitely can do this again, man. It's dope. It was dope.
Right. And we're gonna get into all of that.
Appreciate everything you do for the community, man. Just like as a role model and just being as humble as you are and as great as you are, man. Appreciate you for coming on for sure, bro.
Anytime, man. Y'all just let me know next time we can get this thing going again.
Yes,
who that?
All right, I appreciate it.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was the legend, Adriel Jeremiah Green, one of the most humblest, amazing dudes ever. Zem, how you feeling, bro? We gotta recap that, bro.
Man, like some of the things that I thought in my head that I could say, like maybe I was just like cocky or something like beforehand. Mm-hmm. Remember, I was like, Ace, don't be nervous. And then he popped up on the screen. I was like, oh, shit. I was like, oh shit. Then I'm reading the comments. They're like, man, your mic's messing. I'm like, oh.
Yeah. So before we started, for everybody that's still tuning in, before we started, I had heard it and I'm like, Zem sounds like 30 years older. I'm like, I've heard we've been doing this show for so long, and I was like, that's not Zem's voice, bro. And I'm like, that's when I asked you. Remember, I was like, is something up with your mic or something? Because it sounded like straight up like
somebody gave me some bootleg headset and it fell earlier or something. And I saw her put the little piece back on, but I think it messed up the damn.
It probably activated some kind of like setting or something, because it was like almost chopped the screw. It wasn't too bad, but it was noticeable.
Oh, okay, yeah. I apologize for that, everybody, but I don't know. I just was working on my Barry White, I guess. But I think like the crazy thing about it is like if you guys were just paying attention, we just had AJ Green on here, and there's so many things that I literally want to say, but we, like him being later in the day and everything like that, we're trying to be as respectful as possible, like of his time. I didn't want to hold him in here for like a whole hour because we want to make sure that we're bringing you this type of stuff all the time. So, it's just so many things. So I apologize, like once again, for not being able to get to a lot of those questions and stuff. But I have a lot of different things that I've been wanting to say, and even the point that I was saying, like towards the end, I was trying to articulate to him that there's going to be a time and place that Bengals are going to have to go take their wins. And I want the players to feel that. And at the end of the game this past Sunday, it's no knock on the coach or anything like that, but it's a little unorthodox. But I really, really, really think that they should have went to go try to win the game after he got called for that BS call.
Right.
And instead of sending the kicker out there, we're not even talking about the kicker. Like anybody involved with sports, even on the team or whatever, like he could miss the kick. Randy made a 43 and a 50 earlier in the game. So for me to blame the whole game on him missing a 30-yard kick that he should hit, yeah, he should hit it. I just feel like that's a situation where we got to go take it. And I think we said that on the last show, or at least I said on the last show, that I just want to see them be more aggressive. That's the only way that anybody's going to take us like any more serious. And I'm trying to figure out a way to funnel that energy through AJ Green to send that through like the locker room or whatever. And I don't know if I was able to hit on that like I wanted to, but I think he understood what I've said. And behind the scenes, I've talked to AJ before we did this show, so he kind of knows like what I'm doing or whatever. I don't think I didn't know he ever saw the chain.
When he said he was lurking, I was like, yeah, he probably seen the chain before, because that's a fire chain, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, that's a super fire chain.
Yeah.
But it was really dope to have him on. The good thing is, I did a show earlier with my man Quincy, that's a super Browns fan, and he said that their secondary struggled to like do anything. So this might be a game where our receivers and stuff, this may be the game to unleash them.
They don't have a slot corner. I forgot the guy that got hurt, but the guy
Greedy is hurt. They got injuries all over the place.
But listen, check this out. Their slot corner for the Browns is a guy that plays. He's a special teamer. He played a combined 3 snaps of defense all of last year, and they didn't even have to go and exploit him with the Ravens or whatever. But if the Bengals want to attack anybody, or you got Tyler Boyd on your fantasy team or something, start him. Like, don't hesitate to start them. Like, they don't have a slot corner at all. Like, that would be my main point of attack. I think us having this show and us having this platform, we wanted to be able to talk to AJ about, like, life and not just be so stuck on football. Right. Because what the hell could I tell AJ Green about X's and O's? So, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I think we should attack, like, and this dude been – the goddamn Hall of Famer. Like,
and he gets that all the time. Like, you got to think about it. It's AJ Green. Any show that he's going on, they're going to ask him every single football question imaginable. And when me and Zim do these interviews, we do our research. We go out and make sure, like, we're not trying to ask him the same question because, you know, I'm not going to ask him, do you enjoy juggling? Everybody knows that by now. Like, we can't ask him the same question. So I think, like Zim said, we're just trying to build something that gives you the perspective of who these players are as people. And then, you know, just the little tidbits, like everybody wants to know what AJ's top 5 is. We got to know that. It's similar to my top 5, like, to be honest with you. So, yeah, that's why we do this. And we hope that you guys enjoyed this. Please be sure to follow my man Zim Hude at Zim_Hude on Instagram. If you're not following him, you need to get your life, because if you're missing out on those lives that he does on Sunday and will probably be doing Thursday, you're missing out on a good time. You can also follow him on Twitter at Zim Hude. You can follow me at New Stripe City on Twitter. I can't believe it. We just really interview AJ Green. But this has been the Orange is the New Black podcast. I'm glad that we got 250 people live in here. Be sure to come back, subscribe, and just look forward to more greatness from this channel. Who that?
Keep on subscribe. This ain't going to be the last interview we have with anybody on the Bengals. Like, trust me, we got some stuff in the pipeline. We got some stuff ready for them. So they ain't gonna like what we got in store for them next. Hey man, we got AJ Green tonight. We got heat.
We got some more coming.
We got some heat. Y'all have a great night. Be blessed. Stay safe. Love y'all. Who they?